want to tell you something.
Closer.
Yeah, a little bit closer.
Hi.
Hi.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Don't you ever with me and alcohol. Got it?
Oh, you got a problem with that, nerd? I'll throw a fireball in your face, because I'm a wizard.
So they were able to get him to the hospital in time.
Yes, he's in the intensive care ward at Our Lady of the Worthless Nerve.
Oh, we've discussed this. Mornings are for coffee and contemplation.
Hey, why can't we be Universe A?
Yeah! We called it first. Besides, this place kind of feels like a bee, you know?
You have my sister. If not, would you like a margarita?
Yeah, and when I see freaks in the street, I never, ever stare at them. And yet I'm careful not to look away, because I want to make the freaks feel comfortable.
There's no crying! There's no crying in baseball!
You're listening to Comic Can Coozie, your weekly podcast for all your geeky garbage, kitschy comedy, and nerdy news. I'm Cole.
And I'm Taylor. Adam says he's got too much shit to do for Thanksgiving or to get prepared for it.
He's got to baste himself because he's such a turkey.
He is such a turkey. You know what? It's such a bummer. I was so excited to talk with Adam because I haven't seen him in so long.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So thanks, Adam, for bumming me out.
Yeah.
But it was a sad week, Cole. I want to talk about this right away.
Okay.
The Green Ranger.
All right.
He's gone.
Okay.
It was kind of a sad deal.
Why? Did you watch the show?
Yeah, as a kid. I mean, that first season probably. And then, I started figuring I'm too old for this show.
Yeah.
At like 5 years old, whatever it was. I do remember my favorite thing about the Power Rangers. It really didn't have anything to do with the show itself. It was more so their action figure line. They were so fucking cool.
They did have some pretty decent action figures.
The whole thing where you would flick. They had the rotating head inside the body, so you'd pull that thing down and they'd morph into the whatever their character.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool.
My buddy takes care of mentally disabled people, and there's one client in particular that he takes care of, and the client really likes the Power Rangers, so he's been buying them like the really new Power Rangers action figures.
Nice.
And they blow the balls off the old ones.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I've seen some of them, and I mean they have to. I think it's funny the action figures that we had growing up, and they were cool. They were great. They're fun. But compared to
the arms would just move one way.
Right.
Like back and forth. And then the legs would just like bend at the hip and the knee. And that's,
Pretty much. Well, shit. My first wrestling action figures were the bone crunching action,
Yeah.
Where, like you said, they just articulate in one direction, but they had like little clicks in their knees. And then came out the Titantron figures, which was a really big deal because you would walk them out through the Megatron or whatever, or the Titantron, and then their music would play. But it was so cool because I guess it wasn't cool, but it was funny. If you started to collect them beyond the first edition, okay, and you went back and you put it on the Titantron, it automatically defaulted to Vince McMahon's music. If it wasn't, if that person wasn't on the Tron or whatever, it's like, God damn it. There's no chance in hell, Cole. There's just no chance.
That was a good walkout song.
It still is. What do you mean it was? He's not really part of the universe, but I really hope he does make a debut down the road. Like he's 90 years old.
Like when he's 80 and he like fucking wins the title.
Put it on me, Triple H. God damn it. Put it on me, Paul.
Yeah. I don't know. So you were asking me if I had a turkey, and I said no.
No, and
my mom and I made a deal. Whoever went to the grocery store first would pick one up if we seen one, because there's less turkeys this year, and so the turkeys are more expensive and shit. She got to the store first, so she picked it up, which I don't care because I don't like turkey.
No, I agree. I mean, I think Okay, honestly, I do like a turkey leg from the food fair or whatever.
I don't.
I'm just saying. I'm telling you what I like.
Okay.
You know, a smoked turkey leg I like.
I always feel like
that.
I always feel like I get tricked. Like okay, say it. You see a food truck and it says turkey leg, giant turkey leg. You're like, who cares, right?
Yeah.
But their advertisement, like the real person selling it, is the guy who got tricked into it, and he's walking around with this giant turkey leg, and you're like, that looks delicious, right?
Yeah.
And then you go and get one, and you're like, oh, I did it to myself again. I let myself get tricked into buying this bland popsicle-shaped looking piece of garbage.
No, I disagree. I like it, but
dried out.
So
nothing leg.
So this week, Deanne said, "Hey, we were invited to this open mic night at Dialectic Brewing Company."
Okay,
and we were talking about it a little bit, and I'll tell you,
where is it?
Dialectic Brewing Company is on Main Street in Mandan, and it's on pretty close to the corner of I forget the street, but it's over there by not Cashwise. It's Runnings now.
Oh,
it used to be the old Cashwise or not Econo Foods, and then Central Market, and it's right across from Dykshoorn Park.
Okay,
yeah. So we get there, and I asked the guy, so what do you got on tap? Because I know I know a lot of places around here, they like to do their hoppy beers. I'm not really into hoppy beer so much. And they had like a ton of ciders on the menu, and I'm like, eh. I said, what's your light beer? So I says to the guy, and he says, well, it's this one right here. You want one? I said, sure. Yeah, I'll take one. And we sit down, and listen, I don't like talking poop on local establishments because they're trying their best, but Jesus Christ, dude. The guy hands me a beer, and I take a sip of it, and it's like, oh, man. And I think I described it to you. It was like if you left a PBR out overnight and somebody put their cigarettes out in it, then put it back in the fridge, and then the next day you drank that. And I'm like, God. It was flat. It was bland, I guess, but also tasted like cigarettes for some reason. I don't know why, but not a fan of that particular beer on the menu.
Okay.
But the saving grace was it made me go out of my comfort zone a little bit and try some of their other stuff. And I had their IPA, which was actually pretty decent, their hoppy beer, and their ciders. Holy shit. Okay. They're like 6%.
Oh, really?
And usually, what's a cider generally? Like 4 or 5?
I'm not sure. I don't.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, 6%. So they were decent.
All right.
So I really liked that part of it. And then Das Mountain was there doing their
so they did have some other one. And no, this Dialectic Brewing Company, is that a newer company?
They've been around for I think at least 2 years, at least, maybe more.
I hadn't never heard of them.
I remember walking by, but I don't remember when it was, and seeing that there was going to be a brewing company going into that area.
So what is it that the Scientologists use? Is that Dianetics?
Dianetics.
This is dialectic.
So I'm guessing like it has to do with a dialect of language or something.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
We should do a Dianetic brewing company. That'd be awesome, dude.
This beer has 6% thetans in it, and they'll get you fucked up.
There is no ABV. Yeah, it's like what'd you call it?
Thetans?
Thetans by volume.
Yeah.
TBV.
All right, I'm sorry, I interrupted you. So right. Das Mountain
was there.
The food truck company.
Yeah. So it's so weird how they have their setup. So when you walk into the bar, okay, it reminds me a lot of what's that one in Bismarck now? Gideon's. Kind of has that same feel. They got games you can play and whatnot.
One of the next times we go out, like when you and I hang out, we don't really go places. We hang out here.
Yeah,
mostly.
We should go somewhere.
Sometimes we hang out. Sometimes we hang out at my place, but it's either one of our houses, right?
Yeah.
In the summer, it's my backyard, or it's here.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. the next time we go out, we should go to that Gideon's because I've never really had a bad time there.
Yeah, we should.
I've always, but I've only gone there maybe 3 or 4 times.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Or at least start the night there, and then because you can't sit there all night.
Nah.
The beer hits too hard.
That's good, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a good way to start. Fuck, you don't want
right.
to wind up there for a long time.
But yeah, so the vibe definitely reminded me of that
Okay.
of Gideon's and whatnot. But then they had this level going up. It's almost, not a loft, but stairs going up. Okay, and they
All
just
right.
had couches. It was so cool because it was like you were sitting in somebody's kitchen.
All
They
right.
just had these older kitchen tables and stuff, and yeah. So we so when you walk up the stairs, you can look down into the basement, I guess, and that's where the guy from Das Mountain was cooking.
Okay.
It's almost like a loft. It's weird, but anyway, I saw him cooking down there. I'm like, cool. I wanted to try Das Mountain, and I've gone to the worst beer hall in Fargo.
Yeah.
Okay. Love that place. And I think even on a previous podcast that we did, I was talking about how much I liked their curry ketchup.
All right.
Fuck, do they do a good job with the curry ketchup? It's so good. I can almost eat that condiment by itself. It's that good. Okay.
I know where we're going with this.
Yeah. So on the menu, I see a currywurst is what they call it on the fucking menu. And I'm like, hell yeah. Love bratwurst and I love curry. And the lady brings out the food, right? And Deanne ordered a sandwich. I ordered a sandwich because they're doing sandwiches that night. And I ordered the currywurst as well. It's kind of an appetizer, share with the table, whatever. She plops it down. Sandwich looks great. And I'm looking at this plate of vomit. And I'm like, what the fuck is this, dude? And it was literally bratwurst. I love ketchup. Not a huge fan, but I do like it on occasion. Just dumped fucking all over the sausage and then topped with curry powder.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Cole?
So here is
God
the thing
damn.
is you were like, yeah, so I ate at Das Mountain the other day and I'm going to talk shit on that company. I go, I said, you got the fucking currywurst, didn't you? And
I'm
you're
glad.
Like, and you're like, how did you know? I was like, because nobody likes the currywurst. It's always on their menu. They're
Damn, dude. They need to figure this shit out.
If you go to, say they were at Dialectics that day, and you go to, and they're at Buffalo Commons next week, and then they're at somewhere else, they'll rotate their menu so that the sandwiches are different.
Oh, sure.
Sometimes they'll have nachos on there.
Ooh.
Sometimes, they'll have all kinds of different food, but they never take that fucking currywurst off. And I've never heard one person say, I like this.
Dude, it sucked.
My pop would not eat Das Mountain food truck
Because of that?
For probably a year and a half, because the first time he ate there, he got that, and he was so angry. And then,
dude, but I mean, I listen,
it's awful. Oh, well, I've never even tried it. I've just never heard anyone say like, I like this or I finished this.
I could understand if they would have fucking presented it maybe a little bit better, but it's seriously like a fucking 5-year-old had their bratwurst cut up by their mom.
Yeah, the sausage is cut too.
Yeah, it's all cut up, and then if you would put that off to the side, like make it different, man, because you're putting 3 ingredients together that
shouldn't go together.
Well, I've had curry ketchup, and that's how to fucking do it. But whatever the fuck this was, dude, holy shit, that was awful.
But your sandwiches were good?
Sandwiches were awesome,
nice.
dude. So it was funny because Deanne had ordered their Cuban version, or their Cuban, which is just like a grilled pork and mustard and yellow mustard
with the pickles and the cheese.
Love
and
it.
Yeah, I've had that too.
Yeah, and then I don't even know what the hell I ordered, but I think it was a grilled cheese with roasted red peppers on it.
Yes, they have one of those.
Which was fantastic.
It has some kind of weird name, but yeah,
it's good.
They're known for that being pretty good.
I'm just mad that I'm not mad. I'm very happy that we also ordered sandwiches, because I would have been probably in the same boat as your dad, just pissing, moaning, and being very angry at that place. But
it's like they leave it on the menu because they're like, every day's April Fool's.
Jesus, I mean, somebody just needs to tell him, listen, this sucks. And I think they would listen to us.
Well, it's got to be selling too, because why would they keep it on?
Because I think people look at that and they're like me. They've been to like the Bohemian, the
Worst Hall,
the
New Bohemian, something like that.
Had a curry ketchup at some point in their life, and they say, "Yeah, this is fucking great because it is," but they don't do it right. Yeah. So they just need to get their act together. They could make it great. They really could, but the way it was presented and everything, not so much. So I was a little pissed off, Cole. Saturday was my niece's birthday party.
Okay.
And originally it was going to be at some hotel with a swimming pool, whatever. I didn't really care. But then I was told, no, we didn't get reservations, so we're going to the bowling alley so we can play games and whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. Works for me. Show up there. They ordered pizza, and they have a new pizzeria there. I think we've talked about that. Had their pizza, and it filled up on...
I think Adam said you want to get it by the slice and not by...
Definitely.
Yeah.
But actually, we ordered the Alfredo pizza against my suggestion that time we went. But this time around, they did their house special and pepperoni. And it was good. I filled up on pizza. And by 6:30, no, not even. It was closer to 6. Everybody said, all right, see ya. We're leaving now. I'm like, are you freaking serious? I had time. Because the reason I ate is that I didn't think I'd have time to eat with Deanne and her friend at the Indian clay oven.
Oh,
so
that's
I'm
way
like,
better.
God damn it! So I go there and I'm not even hungry, and I'm just sitting there watching them eat good food,
smelling everyone else's food that smells better than pizza.
Yeah, I don't know. So we're sitting there, and I had a couple of the Taj Mahals because I love that beer there. It's there. I always feel like when I have it, I feel like a little kid that went to a malt shop. You know, when you used to go to a malt shop or order a malt at a Denny's or
I never had a malt until I was 20 years old.
Okay, but you know what they do?
I've had a milkshake.
Oh, sure, milkshake.
They're somewhat similar.
But when you sit down and they they bring you the glass and then they bring you the metal tin. You get both. And you're like, yeah, I get a little extra. That's how I always feel ordering a Taj Mahal at at Indian clay oven, because you pour the beer in, and it's such a big bottle of beer that you still have like a ton left over. It's like, yeah, extra beer. That's a good time.
All right.
But then after that, we went to Pub 21 for Galactic Bingo.
What's Galactic Bingo?
They just do black lights with
so it's
fluorescent.
Like the fucking extreme bowling.
Extreme? Yeah. No, it's like, I don't know. It's fun because they do these little games in between, and then they pass out Jello shots. And I know Mick that works that manages the bar down there. So he came over and just threw a shit ton of Jello shots on our table. And then this other guy came around and he threw some more Jello shots on our table. Like, holy shit, man.
Cool.
It was cool. And then Deanne won the blackout bingo.
Nice.
It's like, God damn it, Deanne.
How much money?
Before or after she had to split it with some other asshole that also won.
Before.
$480.
Okay, so
but then she split it, $240.
$240. That's not bad.
But then they said if you want to beat the shit out of the guy in the parking lot after and get the money, that's who it is. Like, cool.
Yeah, but they said the same thing and then pointed at Deanne, and then the guy's like, I can take her.
Yeah, right. So wait, who's that old bastard that calls the bingo down there?
I don't know.
Is it Joe? Is that something? Okay. I think Adam would know.
Yeah,
Elijah knows the guy.
I don't go to Pub 21.
Well, it's not. I don't know. Apparently, he's like a Bismarck institution. This guy's just been around for goddamn ever.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, okay. But anyway, because I kept yelling, God damn it, Joe. And everyone at the table's like, who are you talking about? I'm like, that fucker Joe. He keeps calling the wrong numbers and whatever. But he always has those little quips like, whoa, 79. Whoa, 79. It's like, God damn it, Joe. Just read the fucking numbers. I don't need commentary on my numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure if what you do for a living is reading numbers,
you gotta spice it up.
You gotta spice it up a little bit.
Probably. But it was a great time. Regardless, we always have fun.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I ran over I got off early on Friday and ran over to Mandan to eat with Shay and Natalie at the Old 10.
Ooh, I've heard this is good.
I've gone there twice. Once I went with the This time I went with Shay and Natalie, and the first time I went with Malati. So, the first time was miserable. But it wasn't because the food was bad. It was just the company I was keeping.
Sure.
I went this time. I got some these really weird fucking jalapeno poppers. They were super good. So, like, they roll it up kind of like in a wonton sort of thing. Kind of looks like, it almost looks like egg rolls when they come out.
Oh, okay.
It's like a bunch of cream cheese with onions, jalapeno, and ham in there. And then they drop it in a deep fryer. They fry it up. It comes out looking like an egg roll, and you cut into it, and there's just so much cream cheese. And there's like 5 of them, and they're huge.
Do they do bacon in them too?
Yeah, there's ham, not bacon.
Okay.
But so I was like, Shay, you got to eat like half these. It's like I'm not gonna be able to eat this plus the salad that comes with my meal plus my meal, and so yeah, he ate them. He's like, they're really good. Then so I got this thing called the swamp pasta. Like, I think they're going for like a Cajun sort of thing. It's got shrimp and sausage.
See, I would have said it would have been like swamp thing, and it would have been pesto.
No,
they blew it.
No, I think they're going for like a Louisiana style pasta.
It. Okay,
and it's got sausage and shrimp. It's got a spicy cream sauce. There's peppers and onions and a little bit of mushroom in there, and they're like, well, these are the 3 options you have: medium, hot, or extreme, or dangerous, or something like the third option is like, oh, you don't want to get this, it's gonna be too much for you.
Okay, so what you went middle?
I went medium.
Okay,
I was like,
wait,
I'm glad,
is that the middle one?
That's the smallest one. That's the least spicy one.
Okay,
and I'm glad I did. I could have probably gone a little hotter, but I don't. I wanted to taste my food.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah, and so they go, well, with this pasta you get a salad. It's like, cool, could I have blue cheese? And they go, yes. So we're sitting there waiting. She brings me the salad, and I'm going to pick up the dressing. I'm about to put it on there, and I was like, oh, shit. And I go, is this ranch? And she goes, oh, yeah. Well, what did you want? I was like, blue cheese. It's like, oh, okay, I'll get that for you. And then she walks off, and I look at Shay. I go, God, I almost ruined my fucking salad by putting ranch on it, So he's laughing.
You would have eaten it.
No, I would not have.
Really?
No.
Wow. Okay.
No, I wouldn't have eaten it. So we're sitting there and waiting, and then our food comes out, and I'm just like, she's like, anything else? I was like, yes, I would like my blue cheese. Oh, okay. So I get pretty much done with my pasta, and she comes back. How was everything? I was like, great. Could I get a box for my salad and some blue cheese to go? Oh, I'm sorry. It's like, man, you are definitely a member of the B squad here. Like, you're really nice, but you suck at what you do. Like,
damn, tell me you got it.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Yeah, I ate the salad at home like the next day. It was good stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm a guy who boxes salad, but that's because I didn't already have dressing on it.
Okay, well, for sure.
If you already have the dressing on it, you take it home. It's
no
just
way. It's done.
It's
done.
just gonna wilt in the fridge.
You would know this with Papa John's Pizza
and the Shakaroni Taco Pizza.
Oh yeah, the taco pizza.
Sorry, there's no button for that one, Cole. But yeah. But yeah, so that was my weekend, and then I started playing a couple of video games on this computer that's down here. This one, it's called Persona 5. It's kind of interesting because there's a lot of these cutscenes, right? And you cut into like this anime sequence, and the style, I bet you any money it's the same guy or somebody very close to the person that did Cowboy Bebop.
All right.
Just reminds me a lot of that. But it's kind of interesting. I'm anxious to see where the game takes me.
What's the game called?
Persona 5.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's an RPG.
I never heard of Persona 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Neither have I. And I was looking into it because, it piqued my interest. And I'm like, I wonder if I should play the first ones. And then the people that were like, that did the review said, nope, just play Persona 5. You'll be just fine.
All right.
I said, okay. So I did. But this has been fun. I like that game. And then I started playing Fable. Have you ever heard of this game?
I have.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
I've heard like I've no interest in playing it, but
Yeah.
I've heard from the people who play it that like if you're a gamer, you're gonna like this game.
Yeah, it's like you choose your own destiny kind of thing.
All right.
Like you can fuck with people. You can kill. If you kill people, then it goes, towards your negative energy and, all that and the other thing. And it's pretty cool because the very first person that I encountered, he was cheating on his wife. And he's like, hey, listen, keep your mouth shut and I'll give you some gold. And I'm like, nope. And I went and told on his bitch ass right away. Oh, that was awesome. Then his wife went up there and started kicking the shit out of him. It's like, yeah, that's what you get for cheating, you bastard.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So, Cole, do you want to take a break or do you want to get into this very exciting story?
Let's take a break before I tell this story.
All right,
because,
that's good.
Yeah, it's going to be a little long one.
All right.
Okay, so
I want to say this, Cole. You made me listen to an old podcast.
Yeah, so
because you said to prep myself for today's story.
Yeah.
Because you won't tell me this story because it's so crazy.
I wanted to tell it on the podcast and get your reaction.
All right.
Okay, so I had Tayler listen to an old episode from like 2019.
Yeah.
It's called Help She's Fallen and She Won't Shut Up. And in that episode, I told this story about this girl that was like some guy like walked out in the middle of winter out of a house like a couple houses up from mine, and this girl starts chasing him, and she's like, help, or she's like, come back, please, I love you, and he's like, get the fuck away from me. And while she's chasing him, she goes up tries to like get over this snow hill, and it's like really icy. She falls on it and just like lays there, and she's like, help, I can't get up, and I go and I pick her up and like walk her back to her house, but I'm getting pissed with this girl because she's like, it's super, super cold out. She's got snow all over her, like on her bare hands, like, I know she's going to get frostbite, and we had to walk back like a block and a half to get her to her house.
If I remember, it was like one of our really nasty cold snaps.
It was a very, very cold snap,
yeah.
At the beginning of February.
Yeah.
And to walk back like a block and a half, like it took us like 10 minutes to get her back, maybe 7 minutes or something. It was a long time, and I was pissed because I was trying to help this girl, but she wouldn't help herself, right?
Yeah.
All right, so there's that story. Now this is very different. I mean, very similar with me trying to help somebody, but very different.
You gotta quit being a good Samaritan, Cole.
Yeah, I'm not gonna help anyone anymore.
You're done.
You're fucked. If you get
you're
in trouble
a stranger.
outside
If
of
you're a
my
stranger.
house and
Yeah.
you need help, you're fucked. All right, so the other night, it was Wednesday night because Thursday is recycling day. So I get off work, I go over to our place tavern, have a few beers, and these two guys like start annoying me just because they keep on talking about their trucks and they're super loud. There's the only other two people in the bar. I'm on the very far side of the bar and I can hear every detail of their conversation, and it's just annoying. It's like two chihuahuas barking back and forth at each other. Like, I'm tougher, but it's all about how cool their trucks are. It's really annoying.
Cool.
So,
you just wish you had a cool truck that you could have swung your dick in the conversation, Cole.
So I go home. I have a couple more beers, and I'm like, well, I'm going to take a shower and go to bed. And then I was like, oh shit, tomorrow's Thursday. It's recycling day. I gotta take the bin down to the street.
God damn it, Cole.
So I'm taking the bin, or I get outside and I hear this screaming.
Oh God.
And there's a girl running up the street, and there's a guy chasing her. And I'm like, oh shit. And she runs up onto my neighbor's porch and starts banging on his door.
The one to the south of you.
The one to the west of me, across the street in the greenhouse.
Oh, okay.
The guy whose dog bit me.
Gotcha.
All right, so she's banging on his door. Well, the guy who's chasing her comes up the steps, grabs her leg, like by the ankle and pulls her down, and like she falls on the porch, but she kicks him.
Oh my
And
God.
he falls backwards, and I grabbed what I thought was a shovel, and I start running over there. I'm like, hey, and the guy looks at me and like gets up and turns and walks away, like walks like calmly, like he didn't just assault a girl, right? And like he doesn't run, he just starts walking off like nothing happened, right? And
so
she
so
gets
which
up off,
so which road? Don't say which road it was to dox yourself, but which road were they coming down? Was it the main one this way, or was it
the one that you drive up to my house on?
that she was running up towards your house?
Up that hill.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
she went to the neighbor in the greenhouse to the west of me.
Gotcha.
And so he starts walking away. Well, she gets up and starts running towards me. And then I realize I don't have a shovel in my hand. I have a fucking broom. I was like, oh, yeah, that would have really helped. That really would have helped.
Gotta say, get out of here. Get
And
out of here.
She's like, help, help, help. I was like, okay. I was like, I'll get my phone and call the cops. She's like, no, don't call the cops. I was like, okay, you want me to help you? What do you want me to do? She's like, take me to the hospital. And I'm like, fuck, I am drunk. And I'm like, all right, it's illegal, but I'm going to do this. You know, it's like Sanford or St. Alexis. She's like, St. Alexis. I go, okay. You know, it's not very far, whatever. So here's a little bit of the backstory too. From that morning, my boss forgot to go to the bank.
Of course.
So I have my own private money in the safe at my work for when this happens. So if he forgets to go to the bank, you know, it's always like 12. The max that I would ever need is like $1,200. So I keep about $1,000 upstairs, and I used all of it, and so I had to replace it, and I had $1,000 in an envelope in my car that I forgot that I put there to replace it the next day. You know, and my boss, he like when that happens, when I got to use my money, to replace his, he just lets me write out a check to myself, and then I go and take care of it.
It's more of a convenience for you.
It's a convenience thing for me, just so I can get through a night. And
not have to worry about it for sure.
So I had put $1,000 in an envelope in my car, right? Well, we're driving there, and she sees it, and let me describe the state of this girl too. Her nose was probably broken. She's bleeding out of it. She's got one eye that is already black, and the other eye is starting to swell up. So she's gonna have another black eye. Plus, she's wearing a beanie, and she's bleeding from her head so much that the blood is coming out from under the
Jesus
beanie.
Christ.
She's wearing a jacket like the color that you have, like an olive kind of army green sort of jacket. There's blood all over her left shoulder. I mean,
holy fuck.
Right? Oh, and she's carrying this black backpack, but there's a bottle of 1.75 of Karakoff sticking out the top of it. Ugh. And she sees this envelope, and she starts reaching for it, and I go, no, she grabbed it too, and I snatched it out of her hand. I go, what are you doing? She goes, that's mine. I go, no, that is mine. I go, it's got my name on the envelope. Well, what's your name? I go, not that it's any of your fucking business, you know, since I'm helping you and you're trying to steal from me now, but it's Cole, you know? And she keeps insisting, and this is like 2 blocks away from St. Alexis, right? And she keeps on insisting that it's hers. Well, we get to St. Alexis. I go, okay, here's your stop. There's the emergency trauma center.
Get out.
You can go now. And she refuses to get out.
Oh, God.
I'm telling her to leave, and she refuses until I give her this envelope. And she's like, well, you're rich. You have a house. I want a house. And I'm like, I don't care.
But she's also probably under the influence.
Yeah.
Pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't care that, like, and I'm not rich. I'm, you know.
Yeah, of course.
I'm just getting pissed. And it seemed like we were arguing for 15 minutes, but it was probably like 5, you know?
Sure.
So, like I said, I'm shit-faced, but I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I will go to jail if I have to. I'm calling the police. So, I call the police. I'm on the phone with the dispatcher, and I'm talking, and they're like, and I'm really trying to talk to the dispatcher the way I'm talking to you right now.
Yeah.
Like, because if I start yelling and stuff, they're gonna start thinking that like I'm an angry person who beat this girl up.
Sure, but also like,
but
you're also
super frustrated at this point.
You're frustrated. It's cold outside.
Mm-hmm.
This girl. So I mean,
I just did something illegal to help somebody,
right?
And this person is trying to take advantage of me.
But also, yeah. This is just not a good situation whatsoever.
No.
This is
no.
So I hope. Okay.
So I'm on the dispatcher for like a couple of minutes, and finally I'm like, look, cards on the table. I am drunk, and at this point the girl is like, she realizes, oh shit, the cops are coming. You know, I was like, I know it's illegal, but it was the right thing to do, and they're like, okay, we're sending someone there right now, and the girl can hear. I don't have the phone on speaker, but the girl can hear what is being said.
Sure, and
she's also trying to yell into the phone to tell. Like,
so you didn't get out of the car. You're still
no.
Okay.
I'm buckled in too.
Yeah, and
so at this point, she hears that the cops are coming, so she gets out. And I see underneath her, on the seat, she had a 6-inch knife out, like a fixed blade. It wasn't like a switchblade sort of thing. It was a fixed blade 6-inch knife.
Okay.
And I'm like, this chick was gonna fucking stab me, you know, like, and I see it, and I'm like, oh shit, and I was gonna reach for it. Well, she snatched it, and I'm like, oh no, I can't get out because I'm buckled in. I'm basically at her mercy right now, you know, like I can't get out of the other door and like put some distance between us.
Yeah.
But thankfully she picked it up and put it in her pocket. And then she went inside to the trauma center.
Fuck.
Which, thank God she did. So I'm talking to the dispatcher for a little bit longer. And they said, well, did she go into the trauma center? I go, yes. They go, good. They go, after a certain point at night, if you walk in, the doors lock from the outside, the inside, and you can't get back out.
Unless you ask for it. Okay.
So she was stuck in there, and, you know, she couldn't come back out. And, well, the cops finally get there. It took them a little while, too.
Yeah.
And it was it was 3 cops, two vehicles.
I should ask you, what time are we, roughly, would you say this was?
Just before bar closing. So
okay, so like 12, 1 o'clock-ish?
Yeah, 12:45-ish.
Okay.
And
holy shit.
So the cops, there's 3 of them. And they go in. There's an older one, not older, but like mid-40s, and he's kind of in charge. And then there's two of them who are probably like upper 20s, younger 30s, and you know, they're just along to monitor the situation or whatever.
Yeah.
Train, I don't know, whatever. So they go and talk to her first, and she told them that the person who assaulted her was wearing a red jacket and black pants. I'm wearing a red jacket and black pants.
Holy shit.
So they come out, and they question me. I tell them the exact same story I told the dispatcher. They listen to me. They believe my side of the story. And they're like, okay, you can go. I was like, wait, are you kidding me? And they're like, yeah, no, why wouldn't you be able to go? I go, well, I told the dispatcher I'm drunk. I go, if I get in my car, you're gonna
bust
pull
my
me over and arrest me. They're like, well, how much do you think you had to drink? I go, at least 6. And they're like, oh, we'll tell you what, we'll give you a ride home. I go, well, can one of you move my car? Because I'm parked in a spot where it says that I can't park.
Yeah.
They're like, why does it say you can't park there? It says it's for use for emergency trauma center drop-offs only. They go, well, you drop this girl off. And they go, you can leave it overnight, and it's fine. We'll make sure they know not to ticket you.
Holy shit.
They go, before you get into the car, at the police SUVs, before you get into the back, will you do a breathalyzer? I'm like, Jesus. I was like, if I fail this, are you taking me to jail? They're like, no, we just want to breathalyze you. I'm like, all right, you know.
They probably didn't want to take you home. They just want to make sure. They were probably like, all right, let's see if he blows it, and if he doesn't, let's just send him on his way.
Yeah. So I blow a 1.2.
Is that over?
They go, well, do you know what the legal limit is? I go, yeah, it's 0.8. They're like, yes, you're right, you know. Well, we got to frisk you. It's like, what?
Fuck you guys!
So they frisked
No
me.
good deed goes unpunished.
So they frisked me, and of course I have no weapons on me. They put me in the back of the thing. They drive me home, and the other one follows. I don't know, just to make sure
You didn't like.
no shit happens.
Oh,
Like I didn't
shit.
knock out the cage. or
Okay. Okay.
So we get back, and I point at the neighbor's house. I go, okay, that's where she was when she was banging on the door, and she kicked the guy off and all that. And it's like, they came from this way. They go, oh, okay, that's interesting, and they just drive off. They no investigation, went into it.
Shit, dude.
It was. So that guy shouldn't have beaten up a girl, but if she was acting like that before, I can kind of get why he might have done it. You know what I mean?
Sure. So here's my thought. A couple of things actually. So she didn't say anything about the money, right?
To the cops?
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, this is what freaks me out, Cole, and this is why, and you need to think about this, is civil forfeiture. You've heard about this?
No.
Okay, so what can happen, okay, is if you get pulled over, or if you were in this circumstance, like let's say the cops frisked you, okay, and they found that you had $1,000 on you in cash. The cops can, and they do, and they will assume that that is for nefarious purposes. Like no reasonable person should be carrying around that kind of cash. And they will take it from you, and there's really no way for you to get that back.
Yeah. Well, I think...
So just be careful, Cole.
I think I could have explained it to them, and had they not believed me, talked to my boss about it, and he would have backed up my story.
Yeah.
I
But
believe.
holy shit, dude. That is so fucking crazy, man.
But what they said to me was, the next time you see something like that, maybe think twice before helping someone out. And I'm like, okay, I get where they're coming from, but also it took them 10 minutes to get to me after I called them. So say I see a chick getting her ass kicked on my street in front of my house. Am I going to call the cops, or am I going to jump in? I'm going to do exactly what I did.
Yeah, but
what I did on Wednesday.
I mean, here's my thing.
What I should have done though was, after she asked me for help and given me the ride, I just said, I can call the police to help you.
Yeah, that's about it.
And I go, but no, I'm not gonna. I don't think I'll be giving people rides.
No, I mean, you ran the guy off, like that was great, but yeah, definitely don't stick around. Be like, well, I can give you, because that could have been not just from getting arrested standpoint, like you could have been fucking stabbed, Cole.
Yeah, that's that.
I mean, that's really.
I didn't sleep at all that night, and I had to work the next morning. I showed up to work. I'm just wiped, and they're like, "What's going on with you?" And I was like, I don't want to talk about it. And
listen to my podcast.
I wound up telling 2 people.
Yeah.
And they told everyone else. And
yeah.
It's just like, God damn it.
Well, for future reference, Cole, just tell people to listen to our podcast. Tell them where to go.
Yeah. To hell.
To hell. For sure. That was a wild story. You know what, Cole? It made me mad because I was really... You told me to listen to that story. I'm like, okay. So I listened to it, and I'm like, great. Now Cole is holding this story on me, and it's going to disappoint. It's not going to be that crazy.
Well,
but it did not disappoint, Cole. It was great.
Here's why I say it's very similar, but it's very different.
Yeah.
It's a story of... It's 2 girls that need... Both stories about a girl that needs help, right?
Yeah.
One that... needs help, but she won't help herself.
Sure.
Right? And then the other one is a girl who accepts help, and now she's trying to help herself to my shit.
Dude, that's so fucking crazy. And like, I don't know. After we're done with this, I want to go on to the Busted News page and see if any of those girls
Oh shit.
are the one.
Yeah. From like Wednesday. Yeah.
We could look at it.
We could check that out.
For sure. But you didn't happen to see the guy's face at all, right?
No, like I said, it was across the street. It was nighttime, and that neighbor in the greenhouse doesn't have a normal porch light. He has like a green porch light.
Okay.
Like I know in November having a green porch light has something to do with
like veterans, probably.
Like veterans, I believe it is. But this guy has a green porch light year round.
Oh.
Yeah. So
it's always for the veterans. Fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, so it doesn't help me see details very well.
Yeah, for sure.
So
yeah, fuck that neighbor. Is it the same neighbor that you got bit with?
Yeah.
Same guy? Okay.
Yeah, the one whose dog bit me.
Still there?
Yep.
Is the dog still alive?
I haven't seen it for a while. Hopefully it's dead.
Well, I think this is a great way to send it out, Cole. Unless you have anything else you want to discuss. That was awesome story, man.
All right, I'm glad.
Let's have weekly stories like that where we almost
where
die.
We almost die.
Yeah, or get arrested or something. So, all right, let's send it out, Cole.
For Comic Can Coozie, I'm Cole.
And I'm Taylor.